Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully installed the Express.js and also we successfully ran our server, and into the server area I have created one of the route for the home and we passed that some of the name, and you can see it's now display the name as a hello Aryan. Great. Now we have to create two routes. As I told you before, for our bicycle we have to add that one of the home route, another will be as a bicycle, that is one of the eastern route, right? Now we have to create both of these. So I have already created that home. Now I want to create another one as a bicycle, and after that will be one of the query string. Now let's do that work. For doing this here better I want to take another one. Okay, I take another one, but rather than I better copy it and I paste it. So that will be our app, and then get method, the slash, I name it as a bicycle. Okay, bicycle. So that will be as a bicycle. Great. And then that is our request handler. That is a two object data as a request, and then the response. And now here I want to return response of the another name as a bicycle page. Okay, I name it as a bicycle page. Now let's check this out. Now if you want to access this route, if you now click as a save all, our server is now running, and if you go, and now if you make it as a, after that I refresh it, and then I want to access that bicycle, click as a enter. Now you can see it's now successfully loaded our bicycle page, which is totally fine. But here we have to get a specific all that ID data, right? That means here we have to use that our query string, like here that will, if you want to write down that query string, what the type of that will be, like here that will be, first of all there is a questions mark, and then there will be one of the ID, and then that will be one of the ID name, right? So that will be our query string. So how we can actually pass this ID in your URL? It's very easy. Then you have to do in here, I want to do, that is also another method as a query method. With this query you can actually get it. So then first of all you have to write down as a request, and with the request, and then that will be as a query. You can see there is a query method, and now with this I want to access that ID. Okay, better I show you with the console log, then that will be very easy to you. I simply cart it, and then into the console log area I want to pass that our ID. Now into the console area, now that should be display our ID. Now if you click as a save all, okay, and then I want to make it as a ID as a 3. For education purpose I pass one of the ID, and that is our ID as a 3 ID. So now if you click as a enter, and after that if you go to the terminal, and to this terminal here you can see it successfully get that as a 3 ID. If you make it as a 2 ID, I make it as a 2. Now click as a enter. Now if you go to that again terminal, you can see it successfully get this our ID. How much easily we get our query string ID data, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now I want to do here, before I pass some of the string value as a hello Aryan, and I have also passed that as a bicycle page, right? Now we get that our ID. So now that will be very interesting, friend. I want to do that is our all the data, that is our JSON data, right? So this JSON data now I want to read all the data, and I want to do I want to pass this JSON data in here. Okay, in our page, that means in our home route I want to pass it, and also in our bicycle area I want to pass that our JSON data. So here I want to do, when you pass any ID, that means the requested ID I get it, right? It should be checked that our requested ID as a 2. Then when this requested ID will be as a 2, it should be get that requested data. So that is the simple things now I want to do. If you want to do that work, first of all we have to import it, right? We have to import this data JSON. So if you want to import, then what exactly you have to do, I have already discussed about that things with you. Then that is the constant. I take one of the constant variable and I just name it as a bicycles. Okay, I name it as a bicycles, and then we have to require it. That will be as a required. Okay, that is a require, and require, first of all here we have to do, that is our file location. There is a file location into the data, right? Into this data, and then there is our data JSON. I simply loaded this file. Here I import this for all that our JSON data file. So that is all that our JSON data file. I import it and take the things with this variable. Right now I do want to pass it in here. Okay, I simply pass that bicycles all the JSON data in our this home directory, which is totally fine. But right now I want to do, when you click as a to, it should be check our JSON data area, is there have any toID data or not. So if we get that toID data, then only I want to do and to get that toID data. It's very simple. I have already get that ID with our which things. I have already get that our ID with the requested query ID. Right now I want to do, here we have to find it, right? It should be find our ID. So for doing this, I take another variable as a constant variable and I just name it as a bicycle. So that will be as a bicycle. Okay, I name that as a bicycle. And now here all that our data in which position, all that our JSON data, I take the things with this variable. Now into these bicycles, I want to do and to add that our find method. And into this find method, I want to run to pass our ID. Okay, that means our JSON data ID. So JSON data ID, I pass it with the B, and then I declare one of the array function. Okay, into this array function, not JSON data B ID. That means our field ID means that I have already get that our bicycles, and I'm going to say our field name as ID, right? When I take that all that our JSON data in here, when our JSON data ID, okay, this will be match. This will be match. That means the equal our requested ID. Here I have already checked that requested ID. Remember, with this requested ID we get that a specific ID, right? So now I simply copy it and then here I paste it. It means what? I hope it's very clear. So I have already get that all that our JSON data. So that is all that our JSON data. Into the JSON data, it should be find with this property as a B. Okay. When with this B, I want to access our JSON data ID. So that is our ID. When this ID will be matched with our requested ID. Requested ID, I have already checked it, and you can see it's already get that or all that requested ID. So when it will be get that as a toID data, it will be get a specific this toID data. Okay. Here I just simply put that condition in here. So right now it will be match, and that means it will be find it, then it will be get every data in here, that is our variable as a bicycle. Now I want to send this bicycle in here. I hope friend the concept is very much clear to you. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, okay, our server is now running. First of all, I want to access our home. Into this home area, that will be display all that our JSON data, right? Because I have already get that our JSON data, take the things with this variable, and here with the same method I pass these bicycles. Now if you go, and now first of all better I copy it, and now I'm going to access our home. You can see into this home, it's now successfully get all that our JSON data, that is our 0 ID, 1 ID, 2 ID, 3 ID, every data is now successfully loaded, right? But here after that, if you make it as a bicycles, because I have already added this, that is a bicycles, right? After that bicycle, I want to do to pass one of the ID. So if you want to pass that ID, like I want to do to get that as a toID data. Okay, for the toID name as a hilarious, and then the A50, right? I want to click as a enter. Yes, you can see it's now successfully get that as a toID data. If you make it as a 3, I make it as a 3. Now click as a enter. Yes, you can see it's now successfully get the 3 ID data. There is the 5. Click as a enter. You successfully get that 5 ID data. How much easily we complete this part? I hope friend you like it very much. Simple, all that process, just simply all that two of this route. I hope it's very clear. Okay. So now in our next video, I want to load some of the page, in particular do of this route area. How can do that work? I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.